A World Heavyweight Championship match is reportedly internally listed for WWE Bad Blood. We've got an injury update on Charlotte Flair and when we can possibly expect her return to WWE television. More details on why Trey Miguel was forced to miss a recent NXT episode. The main event for TNA Bound for Glory has possibly been revealed. Chelsea Green will be competing in a dumpster match on an upcoming episode of SmackDown. Thunder Rosa reveals she's currently out of action with an injury. An AEW tag team match took place prior to the Jacksonville Jaguars home opener. We'll let you know all the details on that. Plus, more matches have been added for tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with a World Heavyweight Championship match reportedly scheduled for WWE Bad Blood, although no title match has been officially announced just yet. We're a few weeks away from the return of Bad Blood with the fourth ever Bad Blood event, the first in 20 years, set for Atlanta's State Farm Arena on October 5th. Several matches have already been confirmed for the show, and a report from Dave Meltzer on F4W Online states that internal listings within WWE have Gunther versus Sami Zayn listed for the event, with Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Saying, quotes, Gunther versus Sami Zayn is listed on the internal lineup for a WWE title match at Bad Blood on October 5th. So I guess it's a 6-match show and not a 5-match show, with the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk Hell in a Cell, a teased Nia Jax match, depending on the winner of the SmackDown Tag Team match result, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, and Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, said Meltzer. Of course, the two shared the ring on the September 9th edition of Monday Night Raw in Canada, with Gunther disparaging Zayn and Bret Hart before the ring general and Sami Zayn engaged in a brawl. Of course, Sami Zayn memorably ended Gunther's record-breaking Intercontinental Championship reign at WrestleMania 40. Now, a bit of an update when it comes to Charlotte Flair. Many are wondering, are we going to be seeing the Queen return to WWE television very soon? Well, of course, Charlotte Flair has been sidelined for all of 2024, and that is still the case. This past week, reports emerged of creative plans involving Charlotte Flair moving forward, specifically involvement with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. However, according to Sean Rossap of Fightful Select, as of now, WWE sources have confirmed that Charlotte Flair is not cleared yet. It was noted that those in WWE believe there was still some time before she returns to the ring, as the injuries that she sustained were quite severe. Charlotte tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus in December of last year, 2023. As of the start of the year, WWE sources said they didn't expect her to wrestle in 2024, but said if anyone was capable of beating that timetable, it would be Charlotte Flair. By February, she was said to be ahead of schedule, but also way ahead of putting a time on a return. A WWE source told Fightful that until she's clear, it's unlikely creative for her will be put in place. Now, speaking of injuries, a bit of an update when it comes to Trey Miguel. The TNA Wrestling and WWE NXT partnership has been good for the likes of Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, and Hammerstone, but for the Rascals, it's been a bit of one bad luck after another. First, they were abandoned by Wesley, who viciously attacked Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, and then just when things were about to work out, a cruel twist of fate robbed them of a chance of the NXT Tag Team Championships. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Miguel and Wentz were set to face NXT Tag Team Champions Axiom and Nathan Frazer, but Trey Miguel was forced to undergo a minor surgery, taking the former TNA World Tag Team Champions out of the match. The Rascals were replaced by SmackDown superstars The Street Profits, but that came with its own issue, as officials did not want the Profits to lose to the NXT Tag Team Champions, though they didn't want the NXT Tag Team titles to change hands. Thus, fellow SmackDown stars Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu interfered in the match, forcing a no contest. There had still been plans for some kind of interference, but it wasn't set in stone until officials needed a way out of the tag title match. The interference also expected to stoke fans' belief that main roster stars could be showing up on NXT once the show debuts on the CW in October. Now, speaking of TNA, spoilers ahead here. If you don't wish to be spoiled, you can skip ahead. We'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because we may now know the main event of TNA Bound for Glory. On the back of the recent Victory Road 2024 event, TNA is looking ahead to their next big show on their calendar, which comes in the form of the Bound for Glory 2024 Premium Live event, which takes place on October 26th at the Wayne State Fieldhouse in Detroit, Michigan. At the recent TNA Impact and Explosion tapings, the main event of the show was officially announced. Spoilers from these tapings come from Bodyslam.net. Joe Hendry emerged during the tapings and reflected on his huge victory over Josh Alexander at Victory Road and stated that he deserved a shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Frankie Kazarian came out to join him, making it known that he also wanted to challenge for the top prize in TNA. Reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Nemeth wandered on out to suggest the pair fight for the shot at the number 1 contenders match, which was made official later on in the evening. Kazarian won the match after nailing Hendry with brass knuckles, but Santino Marella restarted the match, which enabled Hendry to score the victory and take his spot in the main event of Bound for Glory. Back at Slammiversary, of course, it was Hendry who pinned former world champion Moose in an elimination match, only to be eliminated himself by Josh Alexander. Now, Chelsea Green could be set for a dumpster match following this past week's episode of SmackDown. The self-proclaimed Princess of Pain, Chelsea Green, will now seemingly prepare for a painful venture into a rare wrestling stipulation, that being a dumpster match. On last week's episode of SmackDown, Green sent her fellow Blue Brand star Michin crashing into a trash can courtesy of an Unprettier. Naturally, Green later reveled in her deed during a post-match interview on the SmackDown Lowdown. Unfortunately for Green, her celebration was cut short by the arrival of former SmackDown general manager Vickie Guerrero. Guerrero, like many legends that night, made a special appearance during the season premiere of SmackDown on the USA Network. In their encounter, Guerrero noted that she enjoyed Green's usage of the trash can, so much so that Guerrero suggested the idea of a dumpster match between Green and Michin. Much to Green's dismay, current SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis agreed with Guerrero's idea, calling it fantastic. Now, as of now, no date has been set for the clash between Michin and Green. Regardless, Green asserted that she wouldn't be able to make it. Michin, on the other hand, appears to be embracing the stipulation, writing, "Bet, thank you, Vickie." Now, though rare, wrestling fans have been witness to a handful of dumpster matches in WWE history. The most recent occurred on the April 2017 episode of Raw, in which Braun Strowman defeated Kalisto. Nearly 2 decades before that, WWE unveiled its inaugural dumpster match at WrestleMania 14. There, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie defeated the New Age Outlaws to claim the WWE World Tag Team Championships. To win a dumpster match, one must place their opponent inside a dumpster and then close the lid. A bit of an update here when it comes to Thunder Rosa, who reportedly is out of action with an injury. During a recent appearance on Busted Open Radio, the former AEW Women's World Champion noted that she is suffering from a concussion, saying, quote, "If you feel like you have a concussion, make sure you stop. Don't get in there. It's not worth it. I can tell you right now, I'm suffering a concussion, so I'm going to be out for a little bit, for a couple of weeks." Rosa also commented how she intended to get in touch with former WWE superstar and concussion expert / awareness campaigner Christopher Nowinski. Thunder Rosa last competed on the August 31st edition of Collision in a 4-way match, also featuring Queen Aminata, Serena Deeb, and eventual winner Hikaru Shida, to determine the number 1 contender to Mercedes Moné's AEW TBS Championship. The 38-year-old previously missed over a year of action due to a back injury before returning at the end of 2023. Now, we had spoke about this previously, how there was this AEW tag team match prior to a Jacksonville Jaguars game over the weekend. Sammy Guevara and Hologram defeated the Beast Mortos and Matt Taven in a Lucha Showcase match. The bout took place ahead of the Jacksonville Jaguars home opener against the Cleveland Browns on September 15th. Tony Khan was on hand for the bout. Multiple AEW stars were in attendance for the Jaguars game as well. As I mentioned, unfortunately though for the Jaguars, their team lost to the Browns 18-13. And finally, several matches have been announced for tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw on USA Network. Sheamus and Pete Dunne will clash on WWE Raw. The former Brawling Brute stablemates Pete Dunne and Sheamus have been feuding for the past several weeks. They have attacked each other on multiple occasions, and they've also faced off in the ring. Sheamus defeated Dunne on the August 19th episode of Raw, but the rivalry has seemingly continued. WWE has announced that Sheamus will face Pete Dunne in a singles match on the September 16th episode of Raw. The current lineup for the show includes the return of CM Punk, a WWE World Tag Team Championship match with the Judgment Day defending against the New Day, Braun Strowman facing off against Big Bronson Reed, Dominic Mysterio facing off against Damian Priest, Natalya versus Zoe Stark, and of course the aforementioned Sheamus versus Pete Dunne match. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.